You mentioned the word controversy, and I guess I'm just interested because one of the things that always strikes me whenever I read anything around the women's game, and particularly after the Carly episode that we did here of Kickin' It, was just kind of like the divisiveness that exists in just kind of in the field of women's soccer in general, I think, but particularly around this U.S. women's national team. You can be Carly Lloyd, who you said is undoubtedly a legend for the U.S. women's national team, but you can be hated and ridiculed on social media. You can be Megan Rapinoe, who be hated and ridiculed for the other spectrum of beliefs, right? But again, undoubtedly a legend for the U.S. women's national team. Is that a difficult space to exist in?
We're very polarizing. I mean, I think women in sport in general, by nature, are inherently polarizing. Like, you brought up my cigar after we won the championship. I got so much flack for that cigar, about not being a good role model, about how disgusting it is that I'm smoking a cigar, take it out of my mouth, think about the children, like all of this, children.
You were just MVP in a championship where Michael Jordan.
Think about the children.
And Kobe Bryant had
But a man would never have faced that, is what you're saying, essentially.
Yeah, and I think still, globally, the way in which we view women and transfers to the way in which we view women in sport, we're still caretakers. We're still like these symbols of like what children should aspire to be. Like my only purpose is to be an inspiration for little girls, but not to aspire anything for myself. And that is what I think causes a lot of controversy, because I think that is the base and the foundation of where everyone is drawing their opinions about people. You don't exist to play the sport, you exist for other people to watch you.
Okay, add on the layer of being a woman of color. Does that intensify that further?
Absolutely. I mean, for sure. I think that all of the human rights, social issues, they add just intersectionality of issues that you have to face as an individual when they're put on a stage that's public and now up for, public discourse. And so it's not surprising to me that Carly Lloyd is controversial. It's not surprising to me that Pino is polarizing. I think their very existence is polarizing. You still have people who comment on pictures and say, get back in the kitchen. So obviously, like, me sitting here with you is polarizing. So it's the most natural order of things for this team to have a lot of haters and a lot of lovers. I speak a lot. I share my views pretty freely because I'm passionate about them, and typically the views that I share, I think that they mean something, and I think that they promote something that's important to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what are those, what are the areas that you particularly want to be known for speaking on, or want to be able to have a voice that you use your platform to leverage?
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily want to be known for a specific issue or speak on a specific issue, but things that I'm passionate about, like I served on the collective bargaining agreement for equal pay, and I did that after I was cut from the Olympics. So I was cut from the Olympics while they were playing, while I was negotiating to have them get paid equally. And it sucked. It was awful. Oh. Money that at the time I was not getting.
And we know you love money.
I like money. So like equal pay, equality. Like obviously I started the Black Women's Player Collective, so access and opportunity and inclusivity, making sure that this game is, available for everyone. Those things are important to me.
That's that Harvard degree right there.
Is it? That could be Papa Purce.
Hey, what can't you do? Like what else? What else is out there for you to achieve? Like what are some of your ambitions?
You talk about Harvard. When I was picking schools to go to, my club coach told me that if I went to Harvard, I would never make the national team.
What's his name? What's her
we're
name?
not doing it.
Let's do it.
Call him out right now.
No, she told me I would.
What's the club team? We can research this.
No. She told me I would. A bunch of people actually said that I wouldn't make the national team. That would be like really, really hard. It wouldn't happen. And my dad told me that if you're good enough, they'll find you. And that's what he's always said. So I think it's just when things get really difficult, even when I was cut from the Olympics and I was cut from the World Cup, like I hear that constantly. Like it's like you can't really have this outward locus of control where it's like, oh, woe is me, like I didn't get picked, it's because the coach didn't like me, all of this stuff is so bad, you know what I mean? Like on the same like level, I was not undeniable, and like the goal is to be undeniable, the goal is to be so good that they can't take you off the field. So what I think about when people say I can't do something, or maybe like it's going to be really difficult is that if I'm good enough, they'll find me.
Amen, amen. We have to cut for a second because the light is right on your face. Is it uncomfortable?
A little bit.
Yeah.
But does it look good?
They think it's
Glowing.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this episode of Kickin' It, then don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to enjoy more raw and unfiltered content from me and the boys.